First step in our kitchen, outdoor kitchen, was to build a cinder block wall. Now we're taking and bolting 2x2s along the edge of it, just exposing the top edge. Once we get that done, we'll add a plywood top as a form. So far we got just that part of it built. Next step is to add that 2x2 all the way around. Today's a good day for it. If you can see that or not. There we go. Nice Texas day for working out. Okay, here's the base for my forms for my countertop, concrete countertop. Underneath here, we've bolted, as you can see, these 2x2s all along the edge, covered it up with 5/8 plywood, and we've cut out to reveal the top of the brick wall, cinder block wall, so that we can have the concrete setting right on top. We have the whole project covered in plastic right now because, unbelievably, it looks like it might rain, which it hasn't done since Noah's Ark landed on Mount Ararat. Okay, the profile we want to create for the edge of our concrete countertop mold is going to be two pieces. A 1x2 with a top of a 2x2, this cove cut into it. We're going to do that here on the router. You can see on this piece right here, we've already routed that curve out. Got this router mounted on the edge of my table saw. So we're going to route all those off. Then we'll cut the top off smooth on the table saw. We'll be good to go. Okay, these are the concrete forms for the top. These will sit on top of the plastic, which is on top of the plywood. And each of these is cut, as you can see, with an overhang. They'll sit on top of the form like this so the concrete can come up. Be rounded over on the top of the square edge. We'll put a bead where this meets the concrete to give it a round over at the bottom. This one, they've all been painted with some just leftover paint I had to keep the wood from absorbing the water out of the concrete. This guy here has a couple of recessed thumbtacks, and that's going to hold a couple of magnets inside that one, which will be embedded in the concrete to hold the barbecue tools. Here's the corners. These are cut at 22.5, correspond with the corners right here, and a second piece there to give it an angled corner. Again, the same overhang, paint job. They're pre-drilled with recessed holes for the wood screws that'll go through to hold us on top of the form like this. Let's see. That's the way they'll sit. We should have all that ready to go tomorrow. Okay, now we've got our rebar and wire in our forms, tied up and ready. Got everything set for tomorrow. We're going to pour concrete. Got our corners in, plastics on. Everything's looking good. All we got to do now is mix up that concrete, put it in here, and trowel it all smooth, and our countertops will be good. Okay, now we got some concrete poured. We've got a terracotta color going on here. Got this wing poured. Goes across the back. Barbecue pit's going to fit in this opening right here. Goes on out serving area. kind of an interesting thing. Here's a 4x4 with built-in conduit. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, we've got it coming on out here. This part hasn't been troweled out yet. We've been using our trusty palm sander for a forms vibrator. Somehow it got unplugged, not a problem. So all we got to do now is finish troweling this thing out. The hummingbirds don't hit me in the head in the meantime. I moved their feeder over there and they're not too happy about it. They're buzzing around right here trying to find it. Okay, the forms are off now. Section covered up in some wet t-shirts. But got the forms completely off. Reasonably slick. It's wet right now. Got water on it. Keep it wet while it cures. Corners turned out pretty good. Overall, quite pleased with it. Looks nice. This is a view from the kitchen door. Countertops out. Barbecue pit goes right there. Goes on across. And the hummingbirds are giving me grief tonight. Don't like me out here while they're feeding. Okay, the forms are off and we have countertops now. This opening right here is for the barbecue pit. Got the back counter going across there. This comes back to the right. Other corners. Got to finish our underneath and we'll be in good shape. Be kind of an overall view of the whole island. And you can see my laundry hung out. That's what I had on top of it, soaked in water while it cured. So there we go. Made it before the 1st of September.